Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today, I want to share a very special and surprising moment I had with my son Elshama Ganza. One day, he confidently told me, Dad, I'm going to be a lawyer. That inspired me to prepare a deep conversation without him knowing. So I sat him down and started asking him questions about lawyers, judges, and what justice really means. His answers were thoughtful, inspiring, and even a little funny. You don't want to miss out this beautiful father-son moment? Let's dive into conversation. Here we go. How are you, Elshama?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do you know what we're going to talk about today?
No.
Sure.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, so I've prepared for you something that you've been telling me. I remember the time I was sitting with mommy here in our sitting room, and you said you have a big dream. Could you remember the dream you said?
I would like to be a lawyer.
Sure. Oh wow, good. Good enough. I've prepared you some like discussion questions. Then you tell them about that because you want to be a lawyer. Remember, a lawyer, that's meaning you want to be a judge, right? You want to be judging people, right? Oh, a lawyer. What does a lawyer do?
A lawyer is like someone who defends their clients and yeah,
Mm.
in like a court.
Mm-hmm. Uh, why did you even choose to be a lawyer? Oh, yeah. Why did you choose that?
Because I would like to help people.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Help people in which way?
To like prove to people that they're innocent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So don't they don't go to jail for a crime they didn't commit or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's good. Okay. Now, that's a big dream.
Yeah.
Apart from maybe if do you know really what judge do or lawyers do apart from maybe judging, do they have some other things they do?
Well, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They
Like which one?
so a lawyer so a lawyer well, I don't think a judge or a lawyer.
Any.
Okay.
A lawyer, let's say a lawyer maybe.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
A lawyer is a person who is like hired by a person is hired by a person to prove to them that they're innocent or defend them from a crime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is there any the difference between a lawyer and a judge? Or
Yeah.
are the same?
A judge is like a person who's like in the court who decides if they're guilty or not. But a lawyer is like a person who defends defends a person, and they like give them evidence or some cases or like some files or maybe stuff like that. Yeah.
Hey, okay, that's wonderful. Now, I think that's not an easy task, you know.
Yeah.
How are you going to do that?
I'll work hard.
Mm-hmm.
I'll study.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember one day when you were sitting with the lawyers the other time. You still remember?
Yeah.
So, what have you learned from that day?
I learned about the law because and
Mm.
yeah.
Okay, know it's not easy because it's about, when you want to be a lawyer, you know it's more knowing the laws, okay? You have to know the laws. It's about wisdom, compassion, and of course the truth. Now, where do you think you will get the wisdom?
Maybe I'll learn from my teachers. Maybe I'll learn from other people like you or my mom. Yeah.
Okay. So I think you have some stories in the Bible where they used wisdom. Could you please maybe precise or tell me one person in the Bible where wisdom was applied and people were judged equally?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you know Solomon, right?
That's wonderful. Thank you. What did Solomon do?
He was a wise man. Before he like did bad stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Before he did bad stuff, he was a wise man and was faithful to God. And there's this one story that there was two women that claimed that there was one baby that was theirs, and Solomon used his wisdom to find who the real mother is. He said he would kill the baby, and one of the women said one of the women were like so one of the women were they cried because she thought the baby was going to get killed, and one of them said like kill the baby. Yeah. And Solomon decided the one who cried for the baby was the real mother.
Oh wow, that's a great wisdom used at that time, okay?
Yeah.
So meaning that when you are being a lawyer and you want to judge, I think you need to use more wisdom, okay? You hear, okay, and listen, and use the eyes of the truth. So sometimes I think it is not easy, but with God's wisdom, you can handle that, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's why I can let you know that never let the world make you cold, okay? Sometimes you may obstacles,
Yeah.
even when people do wrong, remember what you have to remember, they are still people, okay?
Yeah.
Because what makes a great judge or a great lawyer isn't just the power to punish, okay?
Yeah.
It's not that,
It's a power to
but
know.
it's the wisdom to heal. You need to heal people, okay? And again, if you are defending people, remember, let's say maybe you are defending someone who is guilty. How are you going to handle that?
I'll give them some evidence to tell them that to defend to tell them that the person I'm with is not guilty. And yeah.
Because remember, lawyers can defend someone who is guilty. Remember, when two people are in the court, remember, all of them, they are not innocent, okay? One of them is guilty, another one is innocent, is not guilty.
Yeah.
So let's say you are defending someone that maybe you don't know that is guilty, but maybe in other words is like guilty. How are you going to defend that person in the court? Because I think, how are you going to do that?
So if someone is guilty,
Let me give you a simple, maybe a good example, okay? Let's assume that mom has done like an accident. You've seen an accident, right? And you are a lawyer. You want to defend, to support her, so that she may not be guilty. How are you going to handle that? How are you going to do that?
Maybe I'll tell them that she didn't mean to do what they did, and it was an accident. Yeah.
But is she guilty or she's not guilty?
Or she would be guilty.
So are you going to judge her then she gets punished because it's your mom? Remember, she's your mom.
Yeah.
How are you going to handle that? Remember, she's your mom, but still she's guilty. How are you going to solve such problem? Be sincere, okay?
Okay. It's kind of complicated. Maybe I would help maybe I could maybe make the punishment less severe, maybe. But
still she can be punished, right?
Yeah.
Sure, you can punish your mom.
Well, it's not like I want to punish her, but yeah.
But you have to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so okay, tell me the truth. Tell me the truth. Let's say someone, remember, is not your family member, but your mom is your mom, of course, right?
Yeah.
And you are there in the court, you are defending, of course, your mom, because maybe you were together in the car when the accident happened and someone were injured. So then balance that and see. Tell me, how are you going to do it?
So if someone's guilty and the lawyer, maybe I'll have to tell them that they're guilty and I don't really have a way to get them out. So yeah.
Okay. All right. So now let me ask you another question.
Okay.
What does, remember, when you are judging your mom or any other person who is guilty and you are defending the person who is guilty, or let's say maybe he's not guilty, he's innocent, but remember, fairness is the most important there, right?
Yeah.
So now, when you say fairness, do you know the meaning of fairness?
Yeah.
What does it mean?
Fairness means like you're being like you're doing something that is not really guilty and not it's people like okay with that because fairness means like alright. So fairness means like they are okay, they're like not really guilty in any way. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you want to mean that everyone gets the same chance, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's fairness. What do you feel when someone being treated unfairly? How do you feel?
I don't really like I don't like unfairness because unfairness is not like it's like there's one example of unfairness like racism and segregation, and discrimination and oppression. Yeah.
Let's say today you are a judge, okay? What would be the first law you would want to make or change?
First law I'd like to make or change.
Of course, as a child, what do you think you can change, or what do you think would be the law you can make?
I don't know if this is real. I don't know if don't know if it's already a law, but
Mm.
all people are innocent until
Mm.
they're proven to be guilty.
Oh.
Is that already a law?
Oh. So meaning that's like that's the way that's your view. Before maybe you judge someone, you have first of all to know that they have the same. That's fairness, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. That first of all you are applying your fairness. But now let's say remember a law is there to protect
Yeah.
all people. Okay, law is there to protect, and also a law is there to protect children from harm. So which law can you maybe make to protect like children or some other people? Which law or what can you change if you do you have anything you can say about that?
Well, there's something to protect. I would say people can't really own firearms until like they're 25 or over. Yeah, because you know there's school shootings. Around, yeah, you know there was school shootings. Well, there was some a few years ago. Yeah.
Okay, so so the most important thing when you are like a lawyer, a judge, also you have to be a good listener. Okay, you listen, and after listening to what people are telling you, then you judge accordingly, or you apply your understanding, your wisdom. You know, the way you've heard someone, then you apply that. Okay. So lastly, have you ever had to make a fair decision among your friends or siblings, like maybe a dinner or a boy, and have you tried to do that?
A fair decision?
Yes.
A fair decision is I made
Huh?
A fair decision I like someday I'll come to maybe never mind. Sorry. I'll make a fair decision I made is like if someone's done something, maybe you should make them apologize for the mistakes, and yeah, they should apologize for the mistakes, and they should be like, for example, someone is fighting over something. Maybe you can share some. Maybe you can share and apologize to each other for fighting, and yeah.
Okay, that's wonderful. Now, what would you do? This is the last question I'm asking you. Okay. What would you do if someone broke a rule but was really sorry about it?
Maybe I'll make the punishment a little less. I'll make the punishment less severe. Yeah, I'll make the punishment less severe. Yeah.
That's what you can do.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. But what if? Why not forgiving them?
I would forgive them, and yeah, I would forgive them. I could forgive them as well. Yeah.
Okay. So thank you so much for your view and how you answered these questions, and see you next time.
See you next time.